we actually have our exterior T111 siding up, our house wrap on that side, and you are gonna see on the inside that you're gonna see the house wrap, and that's because typically you would have 1/2 inch plywood and then your exterior finishing. But for this build, we're doing our house wrap and our plywood, which you can do that with T111, especially when you're building in a dumpster. So that's on that side. We actually have our spots picked out for we're putting 2 of our skylights on this side, where these X's are going, and then we have 2 skylights going on the other side. We also had to go through and cut this down below where our sill is here. So we've got an edge because our commercial roofer that we're working with, one of our contractors here, is we're gonna have a drip edge that goes over that, and he's like, I need that sill to be exposed. So we actually had to cut that down today, and actually looks a little bit nicer in our opinion. And then we're actually gonna do on the metal soffit in here, coming on the inside here. So this is where we're looking at. This is all ready for a window. We're gonna get that closed up really soon. When we get the roof on, we'll do insulation, and we have all the InsoFast foam that's gonna go in here. But before we do all that, we're gonna have a wall that goes right across here with a pocket door on it. And so when you come into our bathroom, this is a corner sink. So picture your wall here, and where this wall is at and our pocket door, we'll have a kitchen over here, and right there is going to be a window that looks out for our kitchen, and we'll have a sink there and an LP gas stove, and then we'll have our Murphy bed and our couch and all our fun stuff over here. 24 by 24 shower. That's going to be roughly in this area here, so we have enough room to get to that. We're going to have all our utility space here. If there's a water heater, we'll build shelving space. The mini split goes on that side. Over on this side, we're playing with having the toilet here, or we're going to cut this metal and fold it down, but likely the toilet, washer and dryer actually we have. And then we're going to have all this utility space for our solar. We're talking with our solar guy with getting all the solar set up on the roof. So that's kind of going to be this back area over here, and we're at 6 feet to this mark here. So we're somewhere around 8 or a little 8.5 feet coming that way. We are over the oversized load limit. That's making me a little bit sad. We were really trying to stay in that. And also, this isn't like your typical 16-inch on center. If you're seeing this kind of weird framing, and nothing's actually really nailed in. We just kind of mocked everything up today. It is 16-inch on center, but we added some support to it to try to give us a little bit more of a tight corner for that there. So there are some things we have to still add some supports in here. We have a lot still going on, as you can tell. But anyways, yeah, so for our windows and our skylights, when those get added in, those have to come off 8 inches, right? So we have these big 2x8s that are gonna stand off on this side. If we do just windows on one side, it's gonna still push us over 8'6" into oversized load territory, which we didn't wanna do. That's because we're using a curb mount. If we did a deck mount, we would be fine. Unfortunately, that was kind of what our commercial contractor that works with our students with our commercial roofing was like, hey, I want you to do this. It's gonna be easy for us to flash. But if we do this again, or if this becomes like a feasible idea, maybe we'll do a deck mount. But yeah, they are gonna stick off here. I think I might've had a last video. There's definitely some other stuff on social media where this sticks off with our skylight on there. So anyways, that's kind of where we're at now. We actually have a Dutch door inside. I'll show you. That's gonna be that split open door that we already have cut. That's gonna fit in there. So we should have that going in pretty soon. But this is our Dutch door. So we have our threshold, and so this door splits, right? So this is half a door, and we had to cut off, I think about 7 inches off the bottom or so. And yeah, so that's gonna fit into there pretty good. So we'll be able to open that up and have cross ventilation since our skylights don't open. The other issue, I guess I wanna call this an issue, we don't usually have too many issues, is this is a pocket door for the bathroom. Problem is, in order to fit it, we're gonna have to cut it like right here, and nothing will be holding it together. So we're probably gonna have to save that for a different project. And then we also have to drill a hole for our plumbing, mount our gray tank underneath on this black side, or on the side over here. We're not gonna have a black tank, but it would be like gray water. It'll actually be the recycling for the water if this is on display, but that's gonna get mounted up under there, penetrate through that with all of our DWV, and then have a vent sack that comes up the top We'll also have a another penetration in the roof over here for our solar coming in. And then this will all get trimmed out, obviously, where that T11 meets our soffit there, right? That'll all get trimmed out, and then we'll have J-channel, and then we'll have our metal roof will actually come wrap around this. And they're gonna bring a big roller in, and they're gonna roll this roof out, standing seam, and then actually they're gonna do that one with us as well. So this looks like a big mess, because it is, but this is everything that's going into the dumpster. So here was the sink that you just saw out there. This is actually a futon bed. This is the Murphy bed. That's what it's gonna look like. It's gonna be pretty awesome. So this is all of our stuff. Water filtration, electric fireplace, you name it. It's going in there. The auto sealing toilet, which is cool. This is the toilet. So we were actually gonna build like a wood frame around it. So, you know, some nice wood that you'll hide these legs. And then this is actually a soft closed lid, right? So you can actually shut this down. You can picture our toilet. So this is not gonna go to any type of a gray tank. This, all right, when we pull all this fun stuff out of here, this is like a diaper genie. So there's these bags that sit in here. And so we'll just, when we get this baby up and going, you'll see. But when you flush it, it'll take, once you do your business in here, right? And these are rolled up in here. You'll take a coagulant and you pour that in there so it solidifies it. It will take and it will push that down here, right? It'll hot seal it, and then it'll be able to be removed and disconnected and thrown away like a diaper. So you'll have that, and you'll come throw it in the garbage can, which some people might think is gross, but it's a whole lot less messy than a black tank, right? And then you could actually take this outside if you wanted, so if you don't want to stink up the, dumpster. And yeah, so that's that. Kind of saves all that mess and all that hassle, and then it has the ability to bring it out into the woods or wilderness, wherever you're at. The sink, laminate floor. However, we have a industry partner that's probably gonna get us some hardwood. They wanted to make sure it's upgraded nice. Our puck lighting, epoxy. We've got some LED strip lighting that is gonna merge. It's gonna go right down the center of the container. So we have all these things. We have a fridge. There's our washer, our dryer, electrical table. Another thing, this is our RV tankless water heater that's going in there too. So this is gonna be, it does have a 12 volt supply, so probably have to obviously invert that, because we're only doing, we're not doing anything 12 volt other than that. And I think I ordered it by mistake, but we're gonna make that work. Not a big deal, but that's probably just for the ignition on it to light, because it's LP ran. But anyways, haven't got into that stove, that whole thing. But anyways, this is one of the skylights, right? So here's one of our skylights that we have that's gonna go in. That'll be off that 8-inch raised surface. So it looks really nice when it's on there. The roof will probably be a silver or a darker gray. We'll have to see what our contractor has in store for us. We'll let you know. So this is just full of all this cool stuff. We have our mini split in here. This is part of our mini split unit. It's just loaded with all of our stuff. We had to order it all ahead of time. There's our 4 skylights. So we're ready to rock and roll. As soon as we get this thing dried in, we got our InsoFast foam. We can hit the road running. So anyways, you got any feedback, concerns, questions, comments, let us know. It's all part of that. Pocket door system. This is another picture of that Murphy bed, which is, I can't wait to see that. And we got a nice TV that's got to sit on top there. So boom, it's a big bunch of stuff. All our PEX that's going in it. All right, cool. Catch you on the next update.